missions on here now. On Sudden Strike 4. The city of Leningrad, today called St. Petersburg, came under siege by German forces and their allies in September 1941 as part of the invasion of the Soviet Union. The siege was lifted over 2.5 years later, making it one of the longest sieges in history. The attacking forces set up a ring around the city, closing off communications and supply lines to and from Leningrad. During the first winter of the siege, the Russians found the frozen lake Ladoga bordering the city to be a viable, if dangerous, means to connect with the outside world. The first convoy departed on 2nd November 1941, and soon the line regularly transported supplies to, as well as civilians and wounded from the besieged city, and was named the Road of Life. Thanks to enemy bombardment, the ice became increasingly deadly to navigate, and the Germans also attacked convoys regularly with special troops. Thanks to the Road of Life, however, the city survived until the siege was lifted on January 1944. Infantry units taken in dense... Oh, infantry units damaged taken in dense vegetation and ruins is just reduced by 10%. That's cool. Ramming speed. Light and medium tanks can ram, causing damage to both themselves and the target vehicle. The vehicle with higher hit points survives ramming. Yep, okay. Piggybacking. Hand grenades. Repair kits. Sandbag covers. Calling the cavalry. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of tanks. Infantry units damage taken in dense vegetation around the car reduced by 10%. Okay. I'll stick with armored for
Defend the convoy at all costs.
That's my own instruction, huh? Looks like a T-34 ramming a Tiger. Huh.
Stay strong, comrades. You must protect the convoy at all costs. The survival of the city depends on it. Reinforce the defense line at the center and be prepared for anything. Приказы? Так точно! The Germans have noticed that we are moving our supplies over the lake. Prepare for incoming attacks. Я готов. Давай же! Germans cannot deploy heavy tanks. The ice is too thin for that. Expect strong infantry assaults instead, comrades. Reinforcements arrived.
Грузовик снабжения готов.
Давай же! Уже иду!
Врач идет!
Turn the thin ice to our advantage, comrade. Use explosives to shatter the ground under the enemy units.
Готовы служить! Да.
Техника готова к работе. Есть!
Готовы служить!
Иду туда, где нужен. Я готов.
Я готов. Так точно!
Reinforcements arrived.
Пехота в пути! Уничтожить их!
Мы готовы. Распоряжение? Давай же!
Огонь!
Ожидаю приказов. Ожидаю приказов. Есть!
Я готов. Да, неприятель!
Our scouts report that enemy troops are advancing from the north. Reinforce the northern defense line, comrade.
Да. Есть!
Пехота готова.
Атакуем!
Приказы. Пехота здесь. Пехота идет! Уничтожили цель.
Reinforcements arrived.
Готовы служить? Есть! Я готов. Есть!
Слушаю. Я готов. Ожидаю приказов.
Ожидаю приказов. Да.
Ожидаю приказов. Слушаю. Техника готова к работе. Поживее!
Осторожен, противник!
Да. Давай же!
На цель!
Бинты у меня готовы.
Нужен враг! Засекли врага! Яблочко! Пехота готова! Есть! Ожидаю приказов. Так точно! Готовы служить! Пехота в пути! Я готов. Двигаюсь! Уничтожили цель! Готовы служить! Пехота в пути!
Слушаю. Уже иду.
Готовы служить? Да. Пехота здесь.
Reinforcements arrived.
Пехота здесь. Есть!
Бинты у меня готовы.
Пехота в пути! Давай же! Пехота идет! Уничтожили цель! Приказы?
Иду туда, где нужен.
Пехота идет!
managed to protect enough convoy units. With this outside aid, the people of Leningrad can survive the siege a little longer. Congratulations, comrades.
Sweet.
Monday, December 1st, 1941. For 3 months now, the Germans have been standing in front of the city I was born in. They have starved my neighbors and friends, and the people I grew up with to death, or shooting them when they so much as moved into sight. But my people are strong, proud. They will not back down. And with the winter reaching its peak now, we could finally do something to help them out of their misery. Last month, Captain Murov suggested we could bring supplies into Leningrad over the frozen lake of Ladoga. His men tried with sleighs first, but now that the ice has grown thicker, we could actually use trucks to bring in more supplies. I brought my men in last week to protect the ice road from German attacks. They did remarkably well. They countered every German attack and even managed to avoid the ice cracks that were threatening the vehicles. I am very proud of them. I have Zhukov to thank that Leningrad is still standing. His valiant effort in the defense of the city will not be forgotten. His armor tactics gave my men the edge over the attackers today. After the German attacks had ceased, I talked to one of the truckers. I would have loved to have gone with him to see the colorful cupola domes of the Church of the Savor on Blood again. But he said that the church was now full of the bodies of the deceased. But there was hope in his voice. "The route you held today, comrade," he said. "That route is Leningrad's road of life."
Battle of Moscow. Kaliningrad Front. As the capital of the USSR, the city of Moscow is one of the primary targets of Germany's invasion on the Eastern Front. The attack, Operation Typhoon, started on the 2nd of October 1941 and soon became a turning point for the Eastern theater of the war. As the German offensive halted after coming very close to the city, even in the face of fierce Russian defense in November, fresh Soviet divisions from the east were deployed behind Moscow. On the 5th of December, the Soviet counteroffensive was initiated on the Kaliningrad front. The Germans were caught by surprise as they estimated the Russian forces to be as depleted and exhausted by then as their own. Because Hitler forbade any form of surrender to his forces in the face of Soviet attack, many German soldiers fell in the hopeless defense of their crumbling lines. By year's end, the Red Army had driven... wow, they said droven. That's not... okay. Had driven the enemy back by over 100 kilometers and started counterattacks in other sectors. The Germans were unable to reorganize their lines until spring.
Break through the first German... Break through the first German defense line. Break through the second German defense line. Reclaim the airport and encircle the city.
Okay. Son of a bitch.
Attention, comrades. These fascist bastards cannot resist the might of the Red Army. We will take back everything that they took from us. Our top priority is to keep the enemy army in a pocket around the city. We must not let them break out.
Ожидаю приказов.
First, we must demolish the German defense lines before us.
Пехота готова.
Слушаю.
Пехота идет!
Да.
Засекли противника! Пехота идет! Двигаюсь! Пехота идет! Видна цель! Пехота идет! Пехота в пути! Пехота идет! Атакуем!
Яблочко.
Я серьезно ранен! Уже иду! Пехота в пути!
Now attack the rest of their front line from behind.
Врач здесь.
Я серьезно ранен!
Ожидаю приказов.
Пехота идет! Стреляйте! Уничтожили цель!
Враг!
Пехота в пути! Пехота в пути! Уничтожили цель!
Врач идет.
Видна цель! Пехота в пути! Пехота идет!
Great progress, comrades. Don't lose your momentum. Continue your attack. Now you must break through the second defense.
German panzers on the horizon.
The Germans are launching a counterattack. Hold this position, comrades.
Да! Пехота в пути! Ожидаю распоряжений. Пехота идет! Я готов. Пехота! Обнаружен противник! Пехота здесь! Давай же! Нужен враг!
Техника готова к работе.
давай же! Ожидаю приказов. Пехота идет!
Приказы? Так точно.
Артиллерия готова. Двигаю орудие. Уже иду! Уже иду!
They are running like dogs. Advance!
Ожидаю приказов.
Reinforcements arrived.
Иду!
Грузовик здесь!
Двигаю орудие.
Да!
Пехота идет! Пехота идет! Готовы служить! Так точно! Уже иду! Пехота в пути!
Медпомощь нужна? Так точно!
Пехота здесь! Пехота в пути!
Приказы? Я готов. Приказы?
Пехота идет! Жду распоряжений. Засекли врага!
Да!
Поживее! Неприятель!
Ожидаю приказов.
Так точно! Обнаружен противник!
Здесь! Приказы?
Пехота в пути!
Обнаружен противник!
Пехота идет!
Неприятель!
Пехота готова!
Так точно.
Пехота в пути!
Видна цель!
Поживее! Замечен враг!
Good job.
Пехота здесь! Пехота!
Advance and occupy the airfield and close the pocket around the city.
Замечен враг!
Так точно!
Reinforcements arrived.
Слушаю. Да. Так точно.
Замечен враг!
Приказы. Приказы. Ожидаю приказов.
Уничтожить их! Пехота идет! Пехота в пути! Замечен враг!
Well, comrades.
Приказы.
Comrade, I hear tank engines from the north. They must be trying to break out of the city.
Brave comrades. You must prevent them from breaking out of the pocket at all costs. Reinforcements arrived.
Давай же! Замечен враг! Да. Грузовик снабжен снабжения готов. Грузовик снабжения готов. Готов. Ожидаю распоряжений. Так точно!
Пехота в пути! Да!
Распоряжение.
Бей по цели! Уничтожили врага! Пехота в пути! Пехота в пути! Открыть огонь! Открываем огонь! Еще один сдохлась! Еще один сдох!
Your heroic efforts successfully kept the fascists trapped inside the pocket. Rest a while now, comrades. Tomorrow we are going to take back Klin and drive back the Germans.
Monday, December 1st, 1941. My heart and mind is still in Leningrad. I would have loved to have stayed and helped defend it, but we had more pressing matters at hand. We were transferred to Moscow. How did the Germans get so far so quickly? How can it be that the heart of the motherland is now in danger? For weeks the city has been under attacks, but the Germans were unable to capture it. I would suggest it was because of the unbroken will of the Red Army, but my strategist mind says it was also because of the Rasputitsa. Nothing could prepare them for the mud season, and for the frost after it. When I arrived in Moscow, the Germans sat freezing at the gates, unprepared for what was coming for them. It was time to drive them away from our capital. We approached Klin from the northeast to encircle the Germans and take the airport from them. And we sent them running. My men sent the fascists home in the worst possible way. You could really tell we were fighting for our motherland. Zhukov was given command of the West Front for the counterattack. It is good to know that the might of the Red Army is in the hands of a man whose armor tactics served my men so well in battle. While we took the airport, Rokossovsky approached Klin from the south, and we could encircle and free the city. Our comrades on other parts of the front were similarly successful. The fascists are on the run, and Moscow is safe for now. Today we celebrate. Tomorrow, we free the rest of our motherland.
The Battle of Stalingrad, one of the largest and bloodiest battles in World War II, and in fact in the history of warfare. The Battle of Stalingrad raged on the Eastern Front between August 1942 and February 1943. Starting with an Axis offensive against the defending Red Army, the Germans managed to reach the city of Stalingrad on the banks of the Volga River in southern Russia. The attackers' main objective was to get their hands on the oil in the region, which had become a very sought-after resource for Germany by then. Upon reaching the city, the Germans suffered terrible losses due to the Red Army's heroic resistance and soon got completely surrounded and cut off. Thus, the battle culminated in a drawn-out siege, and in February the Russians started to retake parts of the city they had previously lost, with the rest of the German forces being unable to break out their fellows from the ruins. It all ended in a disastrous surrender, one that the Germans could never quite recover from on the Eastern Front.
Split the German line and regroup at the entrance of the industrial area. Eliminate the German forces in the northern part of the city. Retake the bank of the Volga River to encircle the factories. Clear the factories of enemy forces. Comrades, the time has come to take back what is ours. To take back Stalingrad. First, you must rendezvous with the other squads at the entrance of the industrial area.
Ожидаю приказов.
With joint forces, clear out the fascists from the northern part of the city.
Пехота в пути!
Враг!
Feind gesichtet!
Цель уничтожена!
Ожидаю приказов! Уже иду! Пехота идет! Обнаружен противник! Пехота здесь! Уже иду! Пехота в пути! Уничтожили врага! Замечен враг!
we must secure the northern part of the city.
Мы готовы. Да.
Огонь! Дефайт!
Уничтожили цель. Я готов. Уже иду. Приказы?
Пехота идет! Пехота здесь! Пехота идет! Давай же!
Враг!
Das wäre einer weniger. Feind gesichtet!
Иду туда, где нужен!
Координаты.
Врач идет!
Координаты. Координаты. Распоряжение. Слушаю. Готов. Готовы служить. Иду. Так точно.
Feindlicher Einheit.
Видна цель. Да.
Das wäre einer weniger.
В атаку!
Пли по цели!
Feindliche Einheiten gesichtet. Löscht sie aus. Открываем огонь.
Уничтожили врага. Пехота идет! Пли по цели! Пехота в пути! Да!
Враг!
По цели!
В атаку!
Пехота идет!
Before we can break into the factory, you must liberate the bank of the river, comrades.
Now that you've arrived, we can easily take the bank of the Volga River.
More air support is available. Use it well.
Мы готовы.
Пехота в пути! Видна цель!
Use an airstrike at the target location.
What the fuck?
Слушаю. Артиллерия готова! Иду!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Слушаю. Иду! Распоряжение? Есть!
Yeah. I'll pick up where I left off right here. Maybe. No, I won't.